We have
Mesto, have you
returned.
actually gotten the inspiration before?
Yeah. In the very beginning, I think. Maybe. I don't know.
Do you have
Do
one
you
now?
want inspiration?
No, I'm perfectly fine without inspiration.
Harriet, do you want inspiration?
I'm good.
Okay.
So,
I'll take the inspiration.
you take it. You do the thing, Corvus.
Okay.
Zachary, take it away. Sorry.
Last time, which was so long ago.
A month ago. A month ago.
So we decided not to steal the watch. Um, Harriet got crowned the Witchlight Monarch, which apparently is going to help us out in the Feywild, but we don't know how. There was some random riddle that Eliwit helped us out with. We finally stepped through the mirror after some hesitations. We learned that there's 3 rules in the Feywild. One about hospitality, one about ownership, one about uh, re- re- giving things back to people who give things to you. We end up on a bridge. It's like, how the heck do we get down? Okay, let's jump. Yay! Uh, we've got saved by one of Harriet's featherfall abilities, so we didn't immediately die. Um, we are approached by a group of Haringen, I think.
Yep. Yeah.
My people.
They they wanted to rob our greatest memories. We were having none of that, so we just intimidated the heck out of them, and they went away. We also ended up stealing their snail, which is being used to uh, ride around and not have to deal with the awful, awful swampy muck. Um, we decided to make camp. We also unloaded the cargo and all got some fun stuff. The water was rising overnight and we all found stuff in the water. Oh yay, we're level 2. Um, Ambrose thought he saw Zachary's twin sister in a dream. Don't worry about it, I'll come up later. Harriet decides to take a bath. Out of respect, Ambrose and Zachary ignore her. It turns out that our pal Ambrose here, who was very much dressed as a wizard, is not a wizard. He's a fighter. Oh wait, Harriet was wearing a bodysuit the entire time, so it doesn't really matter. We decided to study the map. Zachary has a bright idea of like, maybe we should each have our own map so we can like circle details of like where we want to go. Uh, Harriet and Zachary have a talk about goddamn Ambrose not being a wizard still. Oh, I completely forgot about the Babel Dash. And which point Harriet was like talking really, really weird. There was some weird stuff that happened, but I don't think anything came of it besides Harriet talking weird. We found some mud people. Had to guess that their favorite food is. Oh wait, it's mud. God damn it, we made the test too easy. I don't remember that part. But finally, we came across a tower surrounded by at least one giant snake. Zachary put on a propeller hat, flew up to get some pixie dragon in a cage and their unfortunately dead comrade. They said, "Thank you for the help. We should head towards a hill to find a key," and that is where we left off.
Perfect. All right. So as you guys start to make your way towards what he would have told you is Telemy Hill, you notice that with the upswing in the mood due to him being saved, you notice there's flowers blooming. Like as you guys walk, they're blooming out to each side of you, and tasty mushrooms also pop up. You being a ranger, you could tell that they are edible. Um, and you guys start to make your way off that way. I got one other thing I gotta roll here real quick. You do notice as you guys start to head out that the water starts to um, slowly get shallower as you guys are moving, as the tide seems to be going back out, which you also don't really know why there's a tide in a swamp, but, you know, it is what it is.
Eh, it's not the most unreasonable thing, to be honest. Zachary definitely takes the time to pick some of the mushrooms, seeing as he only has one day's worth of rations left.
As you guys are heading out from the mud in front of you again, pops out the same group of mud methods, and they go, "Ah, crap! They already know the answers. Well, I guess see you next time then. See you later."
Wait, before you leave, pulls out a map. I would suggest going just randomly points to somewhere that probably has civilization. I would probably suggest going this way if you're looking for more rations to put mud over. They might be able to help you out with supplies so you can have the good stuff.
Ooh, that's a good idea. I like it. All right, boys, let's roll out. And they just dive into the mud again. You just see them like, just like taking off. Sir Talabar like looks at the map, like because he's in the cage. He goes, that place seems as though it is in the middle of nowhere."
They don't need to know that.
All right.
Also, I've never been here before. How was I supposed to know there's no civilization there?
Well, I mean, I would say that there's nothing bad with that. It just seems kind of weird to give directions in a place you've never been before. That's just my opinion. Take it as you will.
Frantically scribbles notes on their version of the map.
Alrighty. So you
Anyway.
guys are headed off.
So tell him,
As we're walking. How the hell did you get yourself into this predicament anyway?
Well, as you see, here sometimes you make a bad deal, and you get kind of screwed over for it. We were trying to figure out a way over into Tither, and we escaped from Balvorna's hut, and it went very well up until the whole crashing part. And of course, I needed to get this key to get out of the cage, so we were gonna go see old Jingle Jangle and see if he'd give me the key.
Jingle Jangle. That's a friend of yours at this hill.
Yes, he's the one with all the keys. Though I don't know how easily it will be to find it. He seems to collect all the keys.
Wait, did you mention Bavlona?
Yes, that old hag.
Ambrose, wasn't that the hag that you were looking for?
It is. Though I believe my focus will be on our little fairy friend here.
I'm just saying. Our little fairy friend has been there before. Maybe you have advice on how not to end up in the same predicament.
Don't take any deals. That would be my best piece of advice. Also, just don't interact with her at all, if you can help it.
Unfortunately, I think we do need to interact with her. As for the
Well,
why, I couldn't tell you, but
she does have supposed weaknesses, though I don't know anything about them myself, but rumors have spread around she has some. So you may have to fight her.
out of character, Harriet, you're unusually quiet.
Oh no, I was letting you guys roll.
Oh,
Harriet
okay.
is
I just wanted to make
preoccupied
sure that
with the snail at the moment.
I wanted to make sure that you didn't like screaming out your input. Like,
Oh no, she is just like, she is right now just enjoying her pet snail, and you guys probably see her fiddling with a small mouse at some point, and then she hides it if anyone looks at her.
Zachary raises an eyebrow.
What?
Since when have you had a mouse?
Shit! What mouse? I don't see a mouse. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay then.
Mouse pops out of the pocket.
Aha!
No, Sticky. You did not see anything, Zachary. You saw nothing.
Harriet, is that thing
Oh,
safe and clean for you to keep?
What are
My
you
pet
talking
mouse,
about? I
okay?
didn't see anything.
Its name
You
is
keep-
Sticky. I've
Oh,
had it this whole time. It's been in
there
my
is
pocket.
something that does cross my mind. Pavlona lives in a village of bullywugs, and they have rather strange ones. They all believe that they're royalty and such like that, and conduct themselves as such.
Should we treat them as royalty?
Well, I guess that's on you. I don't really know what customs are from where you're from, but I guess you'd probably make it easier to get along with them if you do. They have civil wars all the time.
Hang on. Did you say royalty?
Yes.
Points at Harriet. Does the Starlight Monarch have any power here?
You mean the Witchlight Monarch?
Or the Witchlight... Does the Witchlight Monarch hold any power here?
Ah, you came from the carnival.
Mhm.
Yes, the Witchlight Monarch has a few times that they can do something quite special. They grow wings and such like that. I'm not quite sure how it works.
Zachary's eyes go wide.
You,
Why do you ask?
I think, real quick, out of character, Dottie, would the charm be a necklace or is it a pendant?
It would be like a pendant. Well, it's on it, but you found it on a necklace.
Okay, because Harriet would
Yeah,
be
you
wearing
just woke
that.
up and it was around your neck. Because the day that, because you when you went to sleep, it hadn't quite ended the day in the
Mhm.
carnival. But then as soon as you guys went to sleep, it had finished the day, and so the monarch crown manifested. It's a little pendant with a crown on it, and you see three crystals out set into the crown.
Yeah, Harriet would be wearing it, but she hasn't activated it or anything.
This is news to me.
Yeah, I did get something besides that crown.
Well,
She kind
I
of
mean-
points at the necklace she's wearing. That's new, that you guys didn't notice before.
You would also notice that the Witchlight crown, like, you don't have that anymore.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know I don't have the crown. I lost the crown before I spoke to Witch and Light.
Yeah, they took the crown back.
Yeah.
I've never actively seen what you get out of this. I mean, I've only seen the crowning, and that was that. I'm wondering if it's because nobody else that I've seen crowned the Witchlight Monarch actively went into the Feywild. That I know of, anyway.
Harriet, the thing around your neck.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how it works exactly?
Yep. Yeah, I know how to
Demonstration.
I know how to identify magical things. So when I woke up with it this morning, I kind of did my thing, and yeah, I know exactly what it does. It does.
Go
It
on.
sprouts. It. I can sprout a pair of beautiful butterfly wings, and fly.
Is that all?
Few other things, but it only lasts for an hour,
Okay.
and I can only use it 3 times. So yeah. But yeah,
Wait
no,
a
it's
minute.
pretty cool. But I am not wasting one of those right now just to show you guys. Nope. Nope. Not happening.
I mean, you could be lying to both of us. I think a demonstration would be lovely right now.
No. I refuse. Then Hera just kind of flips you off. Like, fuck off about that. It's my toy.
Wait a minute.
As you guys travel, you notice the mist begins to thicken a little bit, and you can see the top of Telemy Hill. It's still quite a ways off in the distance, but it appears as though it's one of the reasons why the mist is so thick in the area. You also notice that it is slightly to the left of where it's at on the map.
uh,
Are my eyes playing tricks on me?
Possibly. Did you inhale some kind of gas?
Gives them a very light smack, then points at their version of the map. It should be here,
It should.
but it's not.
Maybe I
What do you guys
recorded it
think
poorly.
that the? Do you think that the hill's just gonna stay in the same place? That's ridiculous.
Why wouldn't it? It's a hill.
Is that not how hills work where you're from? It's a walking, talking hill. Of course, it's gonna get tiresome and move around a bit.
I beg your pardon. Did you say walk and talk?
Oh yes, of course. It's actually quite a nice feller.
I thought those were giant croissants underneath it.
So how exactly do we get it to not move when we get close to it?
You just have to catch it and then climb on while it's still going.
Great.
Well, you could ask him to stop for a second, I guess. That might work.
How far does it look like it's from us?
Say you guys traveled probably. You guys have only been traveling again since the tower for only like 20 minutes. It's still probably like 10, 10 miles or so off.
Alright, no point of yelling. Got it. Another question, if you will. The
Yes.
fog and mist. Should we be wary?
Well, no, it's a swamp. Naturally, it gets pretty misty here regularly. I'd be more worried about some of the random things you find in the swamp than the fog itself. Fog mostly just makes it difficult to navigate, because most of the stuff around here does move around on its own.
Oh, what are these random stuff that you speak of?
like those mud methods that popped up around. Seems as though you've already dealt with their riddles, so there's many things like that around here. There's stilt walkers, and oh, the moving tavern is actually a really good one to run into. The proprietor there is wonderful.
Has anyone told the Mephits how bad their riddle actually is?
I assume many people have told them, but they are rather dumb.
That's fair.
Does it look like we're catching up to the hill by any chance? We're riding the snail.
Yeah, so the hill doesn't seem to be moving that fast. So you probably can outpace it, but it seems to be moving laterally. So if you guys like kind of angle yourselves to where you kind of like try and cut it off, like angle pursuit style, you should still about reach it at about the same time.
Okay.
But the snail is a very slow creature. This is not a racing snail.
No, this is just a simple, regular giant snail. And Harriet has not said it out loud to the group, but she does have plans on trying to find the owner of the snail. Like the real owner, and get it back to them.
You are the real owner now. It's your baby.
Shh. She don't want to
All you
admit
did
that.
was help out an abandoned snail in the middle of the swamp, okay?
That poor snail. It's been through so much shit in one day.
So you guys carry on traveling for another hour or two, and you make it to a river. And now, by this time, the water has receded to where it looks more like the map does now. As you make it there, ooh, interesting.
Ooh.
Let's see here.
Fun words to hear from the DM. Interesting.
Another 7.
You see two marrows swimming past each other in the murky water, and you kind of like blink your eyes, and then all of a sudden it's gone. And then you see more all of a sudden start to swim around in the water, and each time you kind of like blink your eyes, and then all of a sudden it's gone as you get what seems to be weird visions.
What did we
All
see
this
again?
fog is
Sorry.
starting to get to you. Marrow.
Yeah, I know what that is as I go Google.
I was gonna say I'll pull up a picture for it.
I thought you said minnow, and I'm like,
Oh,
oh.
that is not a tiny fish. Okay.
No.
Harriet, Valkyrie.
Mhm.
I don't know if I'm tired or something, but did you see something swimming in the water?
What's my passive? Ooh, it's 12. Maybe? Possibly? Could have. I saw some movement.
I mean, it's
Water's
water,
very
what did
murky,
you
and it
expect?
seems as though like it's hard to see into the water. But if you do focus on it for a second, you guys will all see an occasional marrow that like starts to swim towards you, and then right before it gets to you, it disappears.
I mean, it is water, what did you expect?
Well, I
Come on.
expect us not to run into any trouble, hopefully crossing this river. Tell me, is it safe if we were to cross?
But what was that? Oh, sorry.
The river. It seems there's to be... Wait, do we actually know what marrows are? Can I call them that?
You could do a history check, you guys all. If you want to.
Yeah.
Might have read about it somewhere.
Woo.
I'd say that you guys have heard like stories from when you were traveling through like a seaside town of this terrifying human-like fish that like drags sailors off of their boats, never to be seen again.
Oh, that's lovely. Great. Uh, yes, I don't know if if my knowledge serves me right. I believe there might be meadows in this water. Is it safe for us to cross with the snare?
Phosphorus. Oh, you guys might have breathed in some gas. That happens every once in a while. Actually, sometimes you go find some of those gas pits and just breathe some in for fun. But they normally bring horrifying visions or make you talk funny.
Oh, wait, didn't I have that happen earlier? With the talking funny? Oh yeah, I didn't make sense. That makes more
Can
sense
I insight check him?
now.
Go ahead.
19.
He seems to be completely telling the truth.
Huh.
We could, hear me out. We could just wait it out and see if the effects go away. Though I don't recall breathing in any gas.
It could also
Neither
be
do
an
I,
adverse
but
effect of the powerful magic of the land.
Neither do I, but as far as I can tell, our friend here is not lying. Which is why our friend here wouldn't mind volunteering being the first to cross the river.
While in a cage.
Hey, I will tell you now, sir. I normally just fly, not a good swimmer in the first place, and I definitely cannot swim in this cage.
Can I try to call out towards the water?
Yeah.
Hello? Hello?
There's like 3
Water
flowers
folk.
off to your left that go, hi. Oh, not us? Okay.
Water folk, can you hear me?
There's no response.
Harriet will stand up on the snail and go, "Can you hear us?"
We've already said hello back. It's like 3 other flowers on the other side of you. It's like, shush, we're trying to sleep.
Thacker, you have like experience with talking flowers. Harriet does not.
Oh yeah.
I'm not saying Harriet can't say anything about this.
Oi! You lot. We met some of your brethren before, and they're doing quite well with the newest fertilizer that they got. I might be able to actually, are you able to move from your current location? That's a good question. Hang on, let me rethink this.
Well, it's actually kind of weirder if you can't move, you know what I'm saying? They just like pick up and then just like walk away. They're like, let's get out of here. These guys are loud.
Oh. Splendid, wonderful. Anyways, before you head off, I can point you in the direction of absolutely fantastic fertilizer if you let us know is there actively something we should be afraid of in the water.
Well, for us, it's mostly the drowning thing. There's some fish in there every once in a while. But other than that, it's mostly the drowning thing.
All the fish, just your typical everyday fish.
I'm a flower man. I don't spend a lot of time in the water.
But you're a flower, don't you like absorb water? That's like kind of a
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
right?
Like, you see all around us,
Mm-hmm.
kind of floods all the time, right? And then
Yeah.
that's when we just like hike up the knickers and move uphill. And then we wait for the flood the water to go back down. Well, I guess you do see some fish on the way out here. It's like, I don't know, they're way bigger than me, that's for sure. But I'm only like 6 inches tall, so I don't really know what that is to scale for you guys.
Oh.
I'd say there are at least like 3 of me, maybe 4.
Interesting.
Interesting. Well, anyway, sorry to bother you. Take care.
Goddamn better right, B. Fucking hustles off.
Leans over to the pixie dragon. Is wildlife typically that rude here?
Well, you see, they are all of their own individuals, so I would assume he was probably just angry because you woke him from a nap by screaming right next to him.
That is fair.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I'm never that happy when I get woken up, so.
So we got some water in front of us and the hills that way. Supposedly how deep's the
Very-
water?
Actually, Harriet would be pointing in the right direction. I don't know.
I can see it. I can point it.
So, by the look of it, you can't really tell how deep it is, but you would see that it's probably about as deep as the water you've been traveling through for the most part, because it has all gone down again. So it's very murky, and you can't really tell how deep it is, but you could make a guess that it's probably not very deep since you're in swampland.
Okay. Everybody on the snail, if you're not up here, I'm crossing with the snail.
Do you mind if I test one more thing real quick?
Sure.
Thackeray's gonna pull out their bow, knock an arrow, and
Uh-oh.
fire a shot into the water.
Roll an attack roll. At disadvantage.
I'm just trying to see, is there any response to this?
I know. Does not change my answer.
That is a
Alright.
7 if it's at disadvantage.
You see kind of a ripple. What looks like maybe what surfaces for a second looks like a catfish. And it like does like the up yours with its fins and then goes back under the water.
Can I attempt to recover that arrow?
It is floating down the river now, so you can try
Thacker
and swim
runs
after it if you
after it
want.
to get it.
It is difficult terrain, so you're gonna use a bunch of movement stuff.
Yeah.
Bye bye, arrow.
All right, have you do some double dashing. What is your favorite terrain?
That's a great ass question.
Should be under traits.
Yeah. Forest.
Yeah, so it's still gonna be a difficult terrain, but you do manage to eventually get caught up with it like 50 yards down the way, slog your way back over to the group.
Did you have fun?
Shut it.
Well, I had fun watching you at least.
Like, it was great
What
for
is
me.
that supposed to mean?
You chased a single arrow, Zachary. An arrow that's not even worth a couple of copper.
Listen. When you are an archer, you'll understand how important it is to
You know,
be able to.
I could have done a mage hand and just grabbed that for you, you know.
That is true. Though I
It
wouldn't
was
have
way
gotten
more
a show out
entertaining
of it.
this way.
And hence why Harriet just starts cackling like a mad woman.
Zachary's going to turn to Ambrose. How would you know this non-wizard?
Well, we've seen Harriet use Mage Hand before. Though I didn't want to say anything. It was quite entertaining. You see me like pull out my book, just write a little note like, I am taking note of this, by the way, for future
Zachary's
reference.
face is growing deeper shades of red by the second.
Look at Ambrose, just his whole map is like not useful information. He's like, this is when she breathed in giggle gas, and then this is the time that Zachary went sprinting down after one arrow. Like, all right, so you guys want to cross?
Yeah, Harriet's gonna ride the snail across if anyone wants to join her on the snail.
Yep.
She is not abandoning that thing.
Zachary's going to sit behind.
As you cross, the snail stretches his head way up. The water comes like near the top of its shell. You guys are kind of having to pull your feet up out of the water, but he's able to keep his head above water, and you guys make it across no problem. And so, I'd say that took about 30 minutes or so figuring out about those visions. And then another little while for him to run after that. You guys notice that the water is starting to ascend again, starting to get deeper again as you make it across the river. The hill is closer now, but it's actually getting harder to see because of all the mist that is surrounding it. But you would say that you're probably maybe 2.5 miles off from judging by where its last location was.
So the hill's about 2 miles away?
Just a bird. Yeah.
Harriet,
Hmm?
you wouldn't happen to have any costumes that came with face mask, would you?
Let me check. Yeah, I got a disguise kit. Will that work?
Unless
exactly
you
are you
have
trying to
ways
do?
of
Let's see.
replicating
I
it.
got makeups, hair dye, some small props.
My thought is,
And my costume kit's just mostly clothes.
here's my thinking. If we're already supposedly having visions of things in the water, and it's getting mistier towards that hill. Should we figure out a way to prevent breathing in too much of this stuff?
You think the fog is gas?
I don't know. We haven't seen the previous gas that made us envision those horrid things in the water now, did we?
No, you do make a fair point. I guess we could wear rags around our face.
Okay, this is out of hand.
Yo, 3 seconds. Do another 7. Jackpot.
What the fuck?
No, bro, we're so close.
Well, technically, it was like 4 sevens in a row. It was 5 sevens in a row, technically, because the other 2 were sevens too. I was like, this is getting out of hand.
We may have to reset your rolls there. Okay,
Weighted
so
digital dice?
alright,
As
so
you
we
guys
did
are
see
going
the
and
babble
starting
gas.
to wrap, you guys could see the babble gas. It was very clear and differently colored.
Mm-hmm.
As you're going, it kind of feels like you just rode your snail into somebody's kitchen, and there's just this grandma with big metal shoes on and a meat cleaver cooking dinner, and she just kind of like looks up and goes, ah, and it goes right back to what she's doing, and then a couple seconds later it all dissipates and you're still in the swamp traveling.
Alright, I believe I am tripping right now. I believe I am high. What was that?
No idea. But if you're concerned we're inhaling some gas or something, I mean, we could put some stuff over our faces. I have some I have like an outfit or something that I could probably rip up into like rags or something.
I mean, unless you explicitly plan on wearing that outfit again. I
You
think
see
it
Harriet
might
take
be-
off her cloak and like wrap it around her head, so all you can see is just her eyes. So it looks a little bit like a mask, and her ears are popping out of the top of it with her hair. I'm good, see? So,
Are you guys all doing something like that?
Zachary's going to go into their backpack, pull out part of the costume that they wore for the Witchlight Carnival when they were doing the big performance. Good fucking riddance. And rips it to make a makeshift mask.
Zachary, when was the last time you washed that?
You want to end up in the river?
No, I'm not trying to tease you this time.
I should point out.
I'm not trying to tease you this time. I'm asking simply because if you have any excess fabric, I would like some. If it does not reek of your stench, that
Tosses
is.
a ball full of fabric at him.
I sniff it. Does it smell bad?
It smells of lavender.
Lovely. You see me do the same thing, just like makeshift mask.
Alrighty. You guys are still moving along during this, so you guys have moved a bit closer.
I wish Ambrose had asked Harriet. I had the perfect item.
But out of curiosity, what was it?
She was gonna throw you the muddy dress she used as a towel earlier.
No. I've been making yakking noises.
Alright, you see the base of the hill starting to come through the fog, and what looks like giant elf's feet at the bottom of it, moving along, and it like stops in front of you and goes, "Oh, excuse me, little ones. I guess I'll sidle off over here to the right. Unless you can help my friend, who seems rather depressed and could use a snack or something to help him up. To help him out. What say you?"
Oh, yes!
Um,
We got snacks. What does your friend eat, actually, before we answer that?
Well, he does enjoy truffles. They grow on my hillsides. But I'm sure anything tasty would do well for him.
Ooh.
Well, her, sorry about that.
we absolutely would love to help. In fact, looks to the Fey Dragon in a cage. Is this friend that the hill's talking about your friend as well?
Most likely it's Jingle Jangle. They're fast friends. And the hill probably wouldn't worry about somebody else.
Um, looks to the hill. Uh, is this friend of yours named Jingle Jangle by any chance?
Oh, you've heard of it. You're not here after something that she has, right? She's just got
Oh,
over
not at
getting
all.
robbed by
In fact,
bandits.
holds up the cage. We brought a friend.
Ah, I see. Probably need the key then. I'm certain she's got one laying around. She'll be at the top of the hill, in her cave.
Do you mind if we climb on?
Well, go right ahead. Just shimmy your way up here, and then kind of settles down a little bit, and then one of its shoes is like sticking out, so you can actually like climb on the toe and then climb up onto the pathway. I don't see why not. I'll wait till its little slow ass can make its way up here, I guess. I'm sure that would be fine. Just take your time searching. Well, they grew there on their own, so they're not technically anybody's. You helping my friend out is more than enough for me. So, as you guys get up onto the actual hill itself, you kind of start to get above the mist a little bit, and you're greeted by the scent of sweet smelling fruit, damp, downy, silver green moss blankets a gentle upward slope before giving way to a craggy ridge that marks the top of the hill. Dozens of enormous willow trees dot the hillside, swaying as though in a breeze despite the absence of one. As you guys start to make your way up the hill, you notice the trees begin to move, and a group of awakened trees comes down and stops about 10 feet away from you, asking how long you plan to stay. Oh, wonderful. Jingle Jangle is such a nice girl. She does quite well for us. She lives at the top of the hill there in the cave. You'd notice her distinctive coat of keys.
Coat of what now?
She has a coat of keys, hence where the name comes from. Can you turn the music down a little bit more? 3 days ago, she was rooting through the swamp for truffles and was attacked by an and robbed by brigands. She hasn't left her hilltop since. So it's good that you came. She probably needs a snack. Wonderful, wonderful. They grow towards the base of the hill, and sometimes they grow out next to the feet. So take your time looking for them. There's also some non-sentient trees here that have fruit on them as well, and sometimes you find strange snacks that are really rare when you look out and about. So everybody who wants to can make a survival check for me.
We are to gather feet fungi for Jingle Jangle to devour. Right, yes, of course. Feet food, yes, of course. Yes. That's right. I ain't touching no feet stuff.
Valkyrie's going to notice Ambrose going for things that are definitely not edible.
This
Smash his
twig
hand.
looks mighty fine. What? Becker, what are you doing? I've worked very hard to pick up that twig.
Saving your life. I'm saving your life? You're welcome?
Oh, I appreciate it, but I'm pretty sure that fine edible twig posed no harm to me.
Holds up the twig. This thing, if ingested, would have killed you within 5 minutes.
Well, we don't truly know that. We gotta test a hypothesis. The science. Oh wait, is there science in this world? Can I say scientific theory?
Yeah, artificers are real glass, so
You'll never know until we try. Scientific theory, trial by error.
Stares
all right.
daggers at him. If you
You
want
can see
to
like
end your
I'm
life
obviously
here,
smirking. Just joking.
Bacher, you managed to find 2 truffles. Harriet, you managed to find 1 on your guys' way up the hill.
Becker's staring daggers at Ambrose. If you want to end your life here, fine by me. But you're never going to see my
To your
sister again.
sister. So you admit that your sister is around here.
Around? No. It's complicated.
Harriet, did you find anything? Nicely done.
I got a fuse myself, so.
Was there a quantity that they wanted?
They never gave you like a quantity, but as you're saying that, the hill goes, well, I'm sure that they'll just enjoy 1 truffle and maybe some other food that you may give them. Obviously, the more yum-yums, the more happy that their individual will be. By all means, be my guest. It's good that outsiders such as yourself, well, I guess you're technically not an outsider, but the other 2 do understand the rules here. So if you guys want to, you guys can all do another. You guys could do another survival check if you want to.
Can
Ooh,
I just ask the
Jingle would
question
love a
of like,
story as well.
oh wait, Harriet is from the Feywild. I keep forgetting that. I keep forgetting that. Huh?
Very nice. Harriet, you find two nice juicy fruits. They're not recognizable to you, uh, but the trees told you that there's edible fruits on the non-sentient trees. Ambrose, you do manage to find one. Kind of weird looking. It's got stripes on it, but it looks juicy.
Would Valkyrie recognize either?
Nah, these are not from the world.
So Valkyrie potentially was making up the twig thing being deadwood.
You can roll another one if you want, Valkyrie.
That'd be at a 12.
Yep, you find one that looks kind of like a banana, but it's like bright orange. Alright, so now you guys have collected 4 pieces of fruit and 3 truffles.
Should we make our way up there? Is everyone ready?
It should be definitely more than necessary. So, yes.
Alrighty. So you guys make your way up the hill. As you get to the top, you come across some worn stone steps that lead down to what feels like a cellar. It's cold in there, and you detect the subtle scent of iron in the air. From a distant spot within the chamber, sputtering candles illuminate a multitude of keys dangling from top strings that crisscrosses the walls. Hundreds of other keys lie strewn across the dirt floor. As you take in the scene, you hear the sound of keys jingling as a goblin emerges from the dimness. She wears a coat with metal bits that carries a flail that has padlocks for heads, and manages a faint smile that says, "Just how might Jingle Jangle unlock a bit of happiness in your lives today?" It just kind of looks like she's got like bleary eyes, like she's been crying. Oh my, thank you. Little Jingle Jangle is so happy about this. Just immediately starts nomming down on it. I haven't eaten days.
Days?
Well, there was brigands, and they attacked me, and I was so scared I haven't left here for the last few days.
We've also brought you, something that probably would put a little more pep in your step. Um, goes to open the cage, realizes they don't necessarily have the right, or they don't have the key to the cage. If there is a key to the cage. Or have we been able to open the cage this entire time?
No, you guys haven't been able to open it. It looks like what would fit in there would be like a small key of some sort. It looks like it would be for like a locket or like those book locks, something a small key of some sort. And she's looking at the keyhole. She goes, ah, well, there might be something around here. And then she starts like kicking keys around on the floor and like checking her coat and looking at the ones on the wall. And she comes up with like a handful of keys. There's a couple bronze one, a silver one, and a gold one. You know, try these out.
Did you not notice he's in the cage?
Oh, I was so fascinated by the lock. Hi there, Sir Talavar. Welcome to Jingle Jangles. And Sir Talavar goes, well, Jingle Jangle. Of course I knew you'd have the key that we were looking for. Yeah, it's Talavar.
Okay.
Well, yeah, let's try some of these out. And she starts to like tries the bronze one. She's like, nope. Throws it over her shoulder. Tries the gold one. He's good thoughts about that one. Throws it onto the ground at her feet, and eventually she gets to the silver key, and it pops open the lock. It goes, success.
Okay. Anyways, sorry.
Uh,
Oh.
Yeah, he definitely gave you a huge exposition when you guys first found him, but it was like a month ago, so I totally get it if you guys don't
Oh
remember.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so after a few tries, she gets it open and he hops out. He's just like, oh, does a big stretch. And he's just like, oh, flies a couple of laps around the room. And then he would land on Jingle Jangle's head and be like, for you guys' help, take my worthy weapon. And he pulls out his sword, which is like a dagger for you guys. And he goes, you may have this. And it's a Talavar's sword, counted as a +1 dagger. Whoever wants it can take it.
Do you not want to keep your own weapon to yourself?
I've got another one. He shows his other hip. He's got another sword on there.
Oh, well.
And of course, you guys helped me get out of the cage. Of course, something recompense must be paid. Sir Talavar would say, Bavlorna, of course I know where she's at. She's the one that put me in this damn cage. You'd have to go up past the brigands area, over by the large tree, and then into the Bullywug village, which is where she's now taking up residence. As soon as he mentions the tree, Jingle Jangle kind of like shudders. He goes, oh, yes, this is the reason why you should have the key and not the mothers. Better you take it to those long-eared brigands. First they steal Jingle Jangle's truffles. Now they want Jingle Jangle's keys. Somebody out them give them a good shaking down so they know how it feels.
Hey, Jingle Jangle, the brigands, the other. I'm sorry. What's your race called again? Haragon or the
Yeah.
other Haragons? They came to you and tried stealing everything from you.
They just took me for all my truffles and beat the crap out of me a little bit.
Is that allowed in this land?
Well, it didn't used to be, not until Bavlorna started to change all the rules. Before, when it was our mistress that was in charge of the Feywild, the rules were strictly enforced. Now that she's kind of gone missing, it seems as though they're more locally enforced. Like, if you are in an area where there's other Fey, then normally the rules will get followed. But if nobody catches you, it seems, then you don't seem to get in trouble anymore.
Your mistress, what is her name?
Shit, it's been a while.
Does it start with a Z?
Yeah, it's Zilbina. Yeah, it's Zilbina. It's Zabilna. You would know that it's the one that disappeared. That Eloic and this other guy can't get into contact anymore, which is why they want you to kind of investigate.
Okay. Are they related? Bavlorna and your mistress?
Oh, gods no. Zabilna is an archfey. Bavlorna is just one of three hag sisters who all seem to hate each other. And they've each respectively taken over a different part of the Feywild as far as we know.
Absolutely random question. You wouldn't happen to know an Eliwick, would you?
And Eliwick. I don't seem to recall that name. What do they look like?
Uh, that.
No, I can't say that I've ever met them. Are you sure they're from around here?
Oh, fairly certain.
Uh,
Seeing as they mentioned not being able to contact your mistress.
what about what is that Kenku friend that we met? Are you able to conjure his appearance?
Hell yeah! I was gonna say you're wasting all your spell slots.
What are these
You didn't
spell
do it
slots you
rituals?
speak of?
You didn't do identify as a ritual cast?
Yeah, you did. You took 10 minutes to do that.
Yeah, but if you cast it as a ritual, you could do it over the course of an hour, and then it's free. You don't have to waste a spell slot. Sounds good. Um, so, um, she is. I've never seen this fella either. Though he does look like a interesting one. Seems as though he doesn't really fit in this world either. Why do you ask?
Well, both these companions that we showed you, they've asked us to look into the disappearance of Zablina. And, well, this is just me grasping at straws. Possibly it deals with the hags, and seeing how they're taking over the three lands here. It, my assumption is correct, I assume. Um,
Well, yeah, that would seem to be that all roads point to that, and the hags certainly are nasty sisters. I could see them doing that. Also, I believe that they would be the only ones powerful enough to do something like uh, trap or imprison Zybilna, but they'd have to trick her.
Bavlona, this hag that's in this area. Is there anything that we should be wary of when we go try to meet with her?
Well, it seems as though that the bullywugs are fiercely protective of her. She is a very powerful magic user who uses tricks and illusions and things like that to bind people into unbreakable contracts. And on the way there, you'd have to worry about Agon Longscarf's brand of brigands because they're right outside the city.
And
They're on
absolutely no
Brigand's
relations.
Tollway. What do you mean by that?
I was gonna say like and no, absolutely no relations to you, right, Harriet? Ever since we saw each other at the carnival, or
So it's been like 8 years since you've been here, and that's 8 years in the normal world. You don't know how long it's been here. There's a couple other things you should know. If you do go that way, and you wouldn't mind taking care of those brigands for me in one way or the other, you'll have to be careful because they do live above the swamp on a large log that they have, like, have a bunch of pathways and stuff made out so they could keep the high ground. But if you do make it into a downfall, then in order to get to the next area after you deal with your business with Bavlorna, you'll have to look for a scarecrow named Clapperclaw. He knows a way in and out of Tither better than anybody else. And I'm sure if you help him get free of Bavlorna, that he'll gladly guide you to the next area. Clapperclaw. Yeah, you'd be going to Tither next. And she goes, also here. I believe that this may come in handy for you later. And then she gives you an iron key.
And this key belongs to what exactly?
Kind of scratches his head for a second, or her head for a second. She goes, I don't know. Somebody said that it was from Downfall, so I assume it goes to something there.
Can you specify who this somebody was?
Somebody came and dropped it onto the hill, and then one of the awakened trees gave it to me when I was out exploring a couple of weeks ago. So I don't know who dropped it, but I'd assume it might have been one of the brigands. Possibly. But I would think that you might want to use a key for a key's sake, and then just give those brigands what for. But do watch yourself for that long blue-scarfed leader. He's quick as a whip, and very hard to track down. That would have been Agadon Longscarf. Then
That familiar to you, Harriet?
after the conversation for a while, then Sir Talivar would be like, well, thank you very much for your help. It was good talking with you again, Jingle Jangle. But I must be away. I must go report this to the Summer Queen. And then he flies off.
It would either be you or Vakri. I have no need for that. Oh, it's a +1 dagger.
It's a +1 dagger. It's a sword in his hands, but he's only he's a little guy.
I'll just stick to the bow and arrow for now. Anyways.
Yeah, you can replace that one you have right there.
I'm different.
Are we outside or in their building right now?
I think you guys were still in the cave. I don't know if you guys have decided to leave or not anything yet.
What time of day is it?
Yeah.
It's starting to get late.
Do we want to stay here for the night?
Is that fine with you, Jingle Jangle?
you're more than welcome to stay here. We could talk about keys and locks and um, we could have some snacks. Oh crap! I forgot I don't have any snacks. 1 second. She runs outside for a second, and then she yells something, and then she comes back and she's got like an armful of fruit. She goes, aha! The awakened trees decided to give me some of the fruit they collected. Here. And then she lays out like a big spread of fruit.
Oh, well, it's awkward. We actually had some already.
More the merrier.
That is right. Trying to think. Jingle Jangle, how did you come find yourself to be the collector of keys here?
Because I thought you would never ask. And then she starts to tell you about that at one point in time she had gone and asked help, despite help in a desperate attempt to undo what she thought was a terrible curse. Because wherever Jingle Jangle went, she's always felt a tormenting fear of being caught on the wrong side of a locked door. When she appealed to Balvorna for aid, that hag removed Goblin's ability to perceive that fear and replaced it with an insatiable and overwhelming need to collect keys. So great is this obsession that Jingle Jangle has lost her own sense of self and now refers to herself only in the third person.
Has everyone here in was this place called Thither or Hither?
This one is Hither.
Has everyone here in Hither made some kind of bad deal with Bavlorna?
I'd say a majority of the main players would. I've heard tell that Agadon has made a bad deal with her, and as well as quite a few of the ones in Downfall and the Bullywug village have. There seems to be an exorbitant amount of them, because without Zabilna here anymore to help us, we have problems that we need solved, and normally we would go to one powerful magic user to get them solved, but she's the only one we really have left anymore. Her honeyed tales are easier to believe than you would think.
You've traveled around this area a lot, correct? Searching for keys and such?
Oh yes, I spent much time going and searching for new keys.
I'm gonna take a very long shot in the dark here. And I'll open up my family book, show them the portrait of my grandpa. There is another reason why I'm personally here. This gentleman, I'm looking for him. He's a family member of mine.
I do not know about that, but there's a chance that somebody at the Wandering Inn may have found him, though where the inn is at right now, I couldn't begin to tell you.
I'm assuming because it wanders. That's unfortunate. And I close
Yeah,
my
it's
book.
normally on the move.
What does Bavlorna usually ask in return for a deal?
She normally grants the request and then gives you a curse on top of it afterwards, like she did myself. But she normally tries to trick you into taking some sort of deal. She'll take memories, she'll take age, she'll take height, sense of direction, she'll take all kinds of different things from people.
And let's say that she was to be gone one day. What happens to everyone's contract?
Well, if the contract holder is no longer around, then the contracts are all broken, and therefore they are freed.
Would Ambrose understand that the thing that he lost, and because the hag Bavlorna is the one that he seeks, if something happens to Bavlorna, would he be able to get back the thing that he lost? Like, would he understand it?
Yeah, I'd say from the explanation you just got there, that would be the most surefire way to uh, get rid of your curse. Would be just to get rid of that one,
Okay.
or go into a deal with her of some sort to get your curse lifted.
To get another curse. Okay.
To get a different curse, you're right. Yeah, I don't like this curse. I'm kind of fed up with it. I'm gonna trade up for a new one.
Yeah, I'm pretty bored of this one. That's a deal. Well,
Yeah,
Jigga
I would
Jangle.
say that you wouldn't know whether or not her leaving forever would do anything for the curses.
Well, Jingle Jangle, you have given me much to think about. I believe I'm gonna turn myself in for the night. Harriet, Valkyrie, I'll see you in
Pull
the
up a
morning.
pile of keys wherever you want.
Well, this is much
Thank you. It's been
appreciated,
very
yeah.
nice to have a conversation with new people, especially ones that are willing to help me uh, get delicious food and who help might be able to get rid of these damn brigands and give them the what for.
Actually, actually, uh, out of character, is it the Haringans that are the brigands, or is there a different race? Okay.
Yeah, you would know that he's talking about the Harangon brigands.
That was my assumption. I didn't know if there was multiple different brigands, so.
You've
Okay.
also now learned that you believe that they might have a curse on them as well.
Yay. Everybody has a curse.
I like to imagine Bavlorna as like Oprah Winfrey, like you get a curse, you get a curse.
Look under your chair. Boom! It's a curse.
Everybody gets curses.
Oh, that'd be wonderful. I haven't heard music in a very long time, other than the singing of the trees in the hill. They suck. Wonderful. I do love stories also. So we could do songs and stories. Ooh,
Why did I
lucky for me.
randomly have a song?
Well, I'm glad you managed to find your way here. Yeah, the snail finally made its way all the way up to the top of the hill and it's curled up like at the door. Took him forever. So yeah. Oh my god.
I randomly thought of a or story uh, song that's very much I do not think that I should start singing on stream. Oh, I'm pretty sure it's against the. Oh, come now, Kisty. You think we're going to let you get away with not telling us the actual fun joke?
No.
No, when did that happen? Oh, that was terrible. I loved it. She's like, what's surfing? Ah, so on waves. That was a good one, too. Is it a book? Or is it a key? Ah, Jingle Jangle, smart. Awesome.
Why not?
All right, so yeah, you guys all
What
very
does it sound like?
nice.
Don't know that song.
It's the same thing as flute, except for the instead of the violin.
Vacker is going to recognize it and jump in as like a dueling. Because I think it was originally written as like a dueling banjo
Yeah,
song.
it was a dueling band, like the whole thing, because it's all about a fucking basically a violin battle with against the devil, all
Oh,
for either his soul or uh, a golden violin. And the
perfectly.
guy from Georgia beat the devil and got a golden violin and became like one of the most famous musicians. Yeah.
Are you aware
So
that
yeah, you
there's a
guys settle
sequel?
down. This is just a tribute. One of the best songs ever. All right, you guys
Are you
settle down for a
aware
long
there's
rest.
a?
You guys can mark it off.
Are you aware that there is a sequel to The Devil Went Down to Georgia?
Yep. There's also a plethora of remixes and stuff like that where people do like the guitars and stuff like that. So.
Yay, we took a long rest. It
Yes.
didn't really do much, but okay.
So you
I
guys
don't think I
traveled like 20 miles or something on the back of a snail that moves at a literal snail's pace.
Oh, I mean like logistically wise, like didn't lose any spell slots, didn't lose any hit points.
Didn't lose any arrows.
Very important. Very important. Whispers. Whispers so Ambrose doesn't hear. No, please use the mage hand. Much appreciated. No, definitely use the mage hand. Much appreciated.
Are you all trying to speak to me? Will do. Sleep well, both of you.
What?
Jingle Jangle does
we're
tell
talking
you
about
that
how horrible at magic you are. Shut up.
Jingle Jangle would let you guys know that because the hill moves and it is populated almost entirely by awakened trees, that you guys should be perfectly safe. Of course, you've done so much for me already, and so much more that you may do. Consider my cave your cave as well. Old Telemy has always got my back. What a splendid job. My job is to find keys. She just kind of nods off mid-conversation. She tosses and turns a lot in her sleep, so you guys just constantly hear like ching, 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 ching.
Right before Zachary goes to sleep, Harriet, after all of this is said and done, do you mind helping me find a purpose? Do you mind helping me find a purpose? Cause I ain't going back to that fucking carnival I've decided. Amen to that. No, I haven't really thought of it, to be honest with you. I enjoy the forest. A lot. The forest is wonderful. I enjoy using my bow. That's nice too. Actually, I had a routine involving the bow, but they wouldn't let me do it. It's too dangerous, they said. It could potentially hurt people, they said. I don't understand why my routine was any different than the other acrobats' routines, but also slightly. Zachary kicks him.
No.
Wake up! Wake up! You're in trouble!
Where? Brigands? What's going on? I'll look up. What? I
Yeah,
think
you'd
there
be an
is the.
intelligence check.
All right, here we go. Intelligence. I'm not smart. Oh, investigation instead. That's still a +0 anyways. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out. I won't yell, but I fully imagine Ambrose is gonna start yelling, get into a battle position, and get his hand crossbows ready, and be like, "Harriet, Valkyrie, we're under attack. Come help!"
Valkyrie is laughing their ass off.
But Harriet, is that? Are you playing games with me right now?
Oh, that was a good one.
No.
And here with that, I could have a lovely night to sleep underneath a stony roof. I guess it's better than nothing. Oh, well, I hope you proved your point to them. You see, like, Ambrose just look all kind of like flustered, tries to like roll their bed, like roll flat again. It's like muttering to us, like, "Man, all this time they're always pulling pranks on me and stuff. I do nothing."
Mhm.
All right.
As I'm lying down with my back turned to you guys, I I would like to just shout out to both of you. Do you plan on cuddling over there and sleeping? Well, that was an invitation for you to come near me.
Cuddle puddle.
Oh. I'll roll on my back and just stare at the stony ceiling. And what do you propose our name should be? Zachary?
Oh, not Conessa.
Uh, that sounds befitting for how we all are clueless at the moment.
I think he's cute.
No idea.
All right. Sounds like everybody agrees.
It's hilarious.
I was gonna say hopelessly lost. It was a pretty good name for you guys.
Yeah.
How'd you guys come up with that name? No idea.
No idea.
What's your group's name? No idea. What? You don't know the name of your own group? No. That's the name of my group. No idea.
Existential crisis at this age. How lovely.
Existential crisis.
I will say that matches kind of flawlessly with the group dynamic right now, because you guys do got really no clue.
Fuck me sideways. Sorry. I just realized my mic's been muted this whole time on
No!
the stream. All my fun shit did not get transmitted. God damn it!
Oh,
No.
Jesus. Well-
the group name, no idea. It's in the notes.
All right. Well, that's good at least.
The whole time is in.
Including the prank on Ambrose, the talking with Jingle Jangle, and just everything. God damn it.
This nearly hour and 45 minutes
I know.
you've been muted.
You guys have heard me, but the stream hasn't. It's when I started having my coughing fit, I muted myself in OBS and walked away to cough.
So it has
and I
not
never
been the
unmuted
entire,
it.
It hasn't been the entire hour. And
No,
40
it's probably
Okay.
been for the last maybe hour.
Oh
I was
god.
like, I have
Classic.
I have the stream on my phone, and I'm like, why can't I hear myself? And I checked OBS, and I went, fuck.
Just for half of the stream.
Yeah. So to our 5 viewers, I apologize in advance.
I am one of the 5
there will
viewers,
be
so
a hidden translation somewhere.
I'm one of the 5 viewers, so you're fine.
All right. So you guys sleep through the night, and you wake up the next morning. Jingle Jangle is still passed out.
Can I pause that? Because Estrada's
Hey,
going
what?
to have.
Oh, do I get some alone time
Oh.
with Estrada?
Oh. You two have
Estrada's
fun.
going to do some teasing.
All right.
Oh.
So what are you dreaming about right now, Ambrose?
I would like to think that Ambrose is back in his own realm or world, enjoying a nice mug of ale and just talking it up with people at the tavern about how, and like he's getting joked on, but you know, in a friendly way, about how he puts on this facade that he knows what he's doing, and yeah, like everyone that he drinks with knows that his family doesn't truly click with him because he's, you know, he's magically incompetent. Yeah.
The apple
So
fell
yeah,
very
he's
far
just
away
joking
from the
at a
tree
tavern
with
in his
that
room.
one.
Yes.
All right. So what does Estrada do?
Sits down next to Ambrose. Orders something from the bar.
Oh, hold on. I've seen you before. You're the one from my dreams the other night.
Very likely.
Very likely. Are you not?
Depends. Who's asking?
I apologize. I'm Ambrose. Ambrosia. For the family of Ah. And you might be.
Estrada rolls their eyes. I'm joking. I know exactly who you are. Valkyrie told me.
Oh. So you are the sister of Valkyrie.
It's significantly more complicated than that. But if that's what you want to go with, go with it.
Well, it has to be very complicated considering that you're somehow showing up in my dreams and I'm communicating with you.
You
Exactly
don't
how
know
are
the
you able
half.
to do this?
I'm sorry?
Exactly how are you able to do this? Valkyrie never mentioned to me about family members being able to dream walk.
Well, technically we're not family.
Oh? What are you, adopted or something? You seem very similar to them though. I thought of you two as twins. As you see me just look
Estrada
you up and down.
blinks. Has Valkyrie really never talked to either of you about this?
Either of you? You are aware that we're traveling with someone else? Where are you exactly?
By the gods, this is going to be far more complicated. Valkyrie's a Kalasar.
You can roll a history check if you want to, Ambrose, to see if you know what that is.
Okay. History. Man, I really do not keep well with my education.
Yeah, I was gonna say that kind of tracks for how well you studied in school, basically.
Ah,
You might have heard like something about a race that can walk in dreams, but you don't know enough about it to be able to say like definitively.
oh, Calistar. Wow, that's lovely. Yes, I'm an ally.
Muttering in their drink. God, I don't know what I was saying.
I'm sorry. Did you say something?
Nothing important.
So, tell me, how exactly are you able to communicate with me in my dreams? And why haven't you just shown up and joined us? Are you in the Fae with us?
Yes. And no.
Very
Estrada's
vague.
not going to remain insanely cryptic about this because he kind of is enjoying messing with Ambrose a bit.
Well, I won't pry or push. However, if you do want to reveal yourself, maybe perhaps when we all wake up, I would love to meet you. And I'm sure you get along with Harriet just as well. Speaking of which, is Harriet
Speaking of
able
the
to come
bunny,
into my dreams as well? Is it just a Feywild thing?
No, class stars don't have the power to manipulate your dreams. They only have the power to intrude on them and like kind of push them one direction or another.
no. As
Harriet?
long as
Harriet, are you here too?
A dream Harriet just hopping around like an actual rabbit.
Estrada finishes their drink and get goes to pay, starts leaving. Oh, by the
Oh,
way,
leaving so soon? You don't want to stay in my dream world.
I need to pay the bunny a quick visit.
Uh
But
oh.
you do deserve a name before I leave. You
Go
can
on.
call me Estrana.
Astrana. Hmm. Remnants of the stars. I quite like it.
Later, big boy. Vanishes.
She knows my size. How?
Sorry. I was not expecting that.
Oh, boy. But yes, I am appearing in Harriet's dreams.
Harriet, what are you dreaming of right now?
Harriet is dreaming of her performing in front of a large crowd and is like being a bit of a superstar about it. And she knows where she's going and eventually almost walks off the stage but catches herself and goes, "Nope, nope, not gonna fall off the stage this time. And flips off the stage. And then keeps going like it's part of her act. And then when she's done performing, she will go backstage.
Well. I do indeed see what Valkyrie sees in you.
What? Who are you? What? And what do you mean Valkyrie sees in me?
Oh, my dear bunny friends, you are very, very blind if you have not seen it.
See what?
Well, you'll find out eventually.
Who are you, and why are you in my head? And Harriet's like giving a bit of an, like a suspicious glare.
Do you not see the resemblance?
You look like Valkyrie, but you don't sound like her. You don't sound like them. So, who are you, and what are you doing in my brain? This is a dream, right? I'm dreaming? Do I need to pinch myself? I don't know. I was just on stage a second ago.
Still dreaming.
Oh. Harriet then starts poking Estrana, like, just randomly, just to see if they're real.
I'm as real as can be, at least in this reality. You basically can think of me as Valkyrie's other half. If you want to know what I mean by other half, well, think of me as her half. He pauses for a moment. Has Valkyrie done anything out there?
Well, let's see here. And Harriet then goes into a list of things that she and Valkyrie and Ambrose have done recently, including the stuff at the carnival, and she may let it slip that she did notice Valkyrie blushing on occasion, but didn't really put too much thought into it until she says it out loud. Oh no. Please tell me Valkyrie doesn't have a crush on me.
Raises an eyebrow. Is that going to be a problem?
No, not at all. No. Just, Harriet's blushing like, to be honest, I got crushes on both of them.
Estrada's laugh is very celestial sounding. This is going to be fun.
Do you realize how complicated a love triangle is?
Darling, seeing as I'm messing with Ambrose myself, absolutely.
Oh no, a love square. Oh boy. I need to write this down when I wake up. Wait, will I remember this?
Valkyrie will.
You do not tell Valkyrie any of this conversation. This stays between us, okay? By the way, wait, are you Valkyrie, or just do you have your own name? Because I don't want to call you Valkyrie Dreamy. It's a little weird. Estrana? Pretty name.
Estrana.
You know, you're kind of cute too. And you just see Harriet's nose kind of wobble, like she does a little bunny sniff.
Well, I am technically Valkyrie's more unhinged self, shall we say.
Unhinged. So you like chaos.
I would say more. Did you notice the outfit?
Harriet kind of steps back and does the whole like,
Estrada is showing a significantly more skin than you have ever seen Valkyrie dare do.
Harriet's like, it is cute.
Much appreciated.
So, Estrana, besides dropping in on my dream here, what can I do for you?
Hadn't necessarily considered that.
Do you
I
just
mean,
randomly
Ambrose
pop
was-
into your other half streams?
I mean, I only exist in this plane, so...
Oh.
Smirks. That's another reason why it's going to be funny when Ambrose finally realizes he's clueless right now.
Well, maybe you could help me with something. Because before we went to bed, Zachary actually asked me to help him find his purpose. Or their purpose, I should say. Since there's two of you. And I kind of suggested the same things that I did, which was list the things you like to do. And Zachary mentioned the forest and being there. And I'm a city kid. I don't know the forest. I mean, I know enough to, find things in it so I can eat, because, broke bunny. But
Valkyrie's going to giggle a bit at that. From what Valkyrie says, you have trouble finding anything.
yeah. Don't remind me. Even in my dreams, I barely have a sense of direction. I almost fell off the stage, and that's a nightmare waiting to happen.
They frown a bit. That is actually very peculiar. I didn't realize that the Feywild's rules also affected this reality.
It doesn't subconsciously, let's say here.
That makes a lot more sense.
Out of character subconsciously. Harriet doesn't actually know the word subconscious. She's intelligent. She ain't that intelligent. Astrana, can I ask you a favor?
Of course.
Could you help me with helping Valkyrie find their purpose? I really want to do that for them.
If you do a favor to me in return.
Ask.
She gets insanely serious. Don't you dare go breaking her heart. Or their heart.
I have no
Well,
intention to.
If you have
Valkyrie
to.
and Ambrose are both my friends. Period. Through and through. Even though we haven't been together long as a group, only a few days, but I trust them both with my life. And I'm hoping they do too. With me. With their lives. You know what I mean. Yeah. Harriet starts to get a little
I know.
flustered, which is so not like her.
I know what you mean.
Okay. So, deal? She holds out her hand.
I'm already interconnected with Valkyrie already, so...
Well, you just help Valkyrie find the purpose, and I will do my best not to break their heart.
Shakes her hand. Deal.
Great. Deal's done. Get out of my dream. You probably don't want to know what's going to happen next.
Vanishes.
Wow, that actually worked? Weird dream.
She's just like, wow, that actually worked.
I may have not been actually hallucinating that.
Just a voice in the back of your mind. Nope.
Fuck! Goes, get out of my head! Astrana, there's something called privacy!
More of the celestial laughing.
Harriet goes to her dressing room. There's two figures in there. She walks in and slams the door. Fade to black!
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I know what comes next. Alright, so you guys wake up after a series of very odd dreams, and Zachary has a whole new slew of information of what his dream self did last night while he was asleep. How do you guys react?
Valkyrie's face is pale as it. So, Estrada did not. Actually, no. Hang on. Because Harriet specifically said, please do not mention this specific information to Valkyrie. So,
The crush stuff and the deal. To be more exact.
never mind. Valkyrie's face does not go pale because Estrada is not revealing that. But Valkyrie, like, is subconsciously, like, muttering to themselves, rolls their eyes about the you're messing with Ambrose still, but yeah, Valkyrie's feeling fine.
I would imagine that Ambrose, he's like stretching and like yawning. Like, oh, well, that was a very interesting night. Harriet,
Yeah, yeah.
you awake?
Harriet opens her eyes, sees both of them. Like, sees Ambrose and then turns her head and sees Valkyrie and red face as she sits up. Yeah, yep, well, yeah, I'm up.
You didn't have to sleep in between us. You know that, right?
Warmth, cave. Makes sense to me.
Oh, you seem overheated. You look beet red in the face.
Starts rolling up her bed. Nope, just, you know. I'm gonna go feed my snail.
Ah, yes, Snaily.
Yep, Snaily needs to eat. I don't think I fed Snaily last night. Shit! Snaily! Just goes running out of the cave with her bedroll and her stuff to go feed her snail.
I'll like nonchalantly also start putting my stuff away, but as I'm doing so, I'll like call out to Vakri. Vakri, I think you and I need to discuss something.
What's up?
When were you gonna tell me that your sister has been following us in the Feywild?
Oh gosh, they really haven't told you anything, have they?
They told me that they know of me, they know Harriet. Aside from that, no. They did mention something about being at Kalashtar, but to be honest, I have no idea what that is. I just assumed they were identifying themselves as some kind of religious folk. Is it something in the Feywild that allows all of us to interact with each other in our dreams?
Valkyrie blinks. Not to sound rude, what exactly did you study when you were
Oh,
in school?
the basics, truly. Common, arithmetics, some sort of history and religion. Was I proficient in any of them? You see me like do that little like on and off little hand things like I did enough to pass and to keep my allowance.
Sit. It's going to be a while.
But please do tell me, where is your sister's Astrana? I don't think she should be in the Fey while traveling alone, even if she is following all this close by.
Exactly where she's from.
In the tavern, she's back at the
Roll,
tavern home.
roll for eyes.
She's like,
No, you idiot. Where did you see her? Did you see her have a
well, no, I saw her in my dreams, but I assume
why
maybe
would she
maybe that's her conduit. Maybe she's some kind of seer. That's where she speaks to people.
Where
Yes,
did
Zachary.
you see her both times? More specifically, when did you see her?
Night time, while I was sleeping. I assume there was some kind of powerful connection with the Fae. Therefore, she is shy and only likes to talk through our dreams. You should bring her out.
Therefore, she only can interact with you in your dreams.
Is this the magic that you and Harriet are doing, pulling a prank on me in my dreams?
Lightly slaps him.
Oh, Zachary, if you insist on touching me
didn't
with
think
each day,
you were this slow. Catch up, please.
what exactly am I supposed to catch you?
Where's inquiry?
Do I know that language? Hold on a sec. I do not, okay.
It is specifically a Kalasar. So, my race, my people, we have for as long as I can recall, and probably longer, always had a very strong connection with the Dream Clan. And it's so strong that basically half of our unconsciousness exists solely in the dream plane. We can not directly interact with each other, but whenever I lose consciousness, she awakens, and whenever she loses consciousness, I awaken. We kind of are able to ponder for a bit, telepathically tell each other what is transgressed during the times that the other side of us takes control, but other than that, I apologize if she gave you any false hope of ever meeting her.
You see, like, Ambrose just looking at the ground, pondering for a second, trying to soak in all this information. So, you're not a human.
So you're not what?
So you're not a human, because you look... Do Kalistars, do they have, like, any significant, like, prominent features that doesn't make them look like a human?
Probably the eyes are normally like white eyes, but other than that, they look exactly like humans.
Throughout
I
this whole
thought they
time,
looked more elven. That is on me.
I thought you were just a human, but this Kalistar isn't a religious or anything. It's a race, and you have the abilities to so-called dreamwalk in some way. And
No,
you're also suggesting that Astrana is just you.
not Exactly. I mean, we do have significant differences. For
So not.
example,
Go ahead.
I'm assuming. Actually,
This does go about the way that I thought trying to explain how Clash Stars work in character would go. Because, like, it's already hard enough to explain, like, a board, let alone try to do it in character.
I haven't
You're two people, but you're not two people.
directly seen her, because that would be odd. But based on how she sounds and how she acts, be honest with me. Can you imagine me wearing the same things that you saw Strana wearing?
Well, if I am to be honest right now, I believe you would wear that
Pulls
behind
out a
any
sword.
closed doors. Oh, hold
Pulls
on,
out one of
hold
her
on.
swords, holds it to in front of her. Be very careful answering this way.
Now, Valkyrie. We all like to, quote unquote, roleplay behind closed doors, I believe. I feel like that would be befitting of
What?
you. Oh, come on. You haven't thought about doing that kind of stuff with Harriet before. I see the way you look at her.
Face goes extremely red.
But I'm getting off topic. This isn't about Harriet and you. My apologies.
Slowly sheathing sword, still staring daggers at Ambrose.
If I were to believe that you are two people but not really, I would have to say that in some medical terms that I've read about, you might be experiencing some kind of schizophrenia episode or something. You might want to get checked out. Ambrose does not believe this whole thing.
Thacker's gonna say nothing and just head over to Harriet.
My
slightly
uncle's a
insulted.
really good doctor. Like, maybe after we get back.
I'm only saying it like this because I don't know what Calistars are in my education, so.
That's
I only
completely
learned
fair.
about it.
Harriet has met so many different people through her life at this point. I'm sure she doesn't even question somebody with a split personality or somebody walking in her head. That's why she was just like, what the fuck are you doing in my head and who are you?
Zachary is slightly storming off to go
Oh,
check on
good,
Harriet.
good talk, Valkyrie. We'll pick it up later, right?
Flipping the bird.
Harriet will just, while petting her snail, okay, why are you flipping the bird? What's happened? As she is, like, trying to get the pink off her face at the same time. Thackeray, what happened? You want to talk about it?
I'm assuming, based on what I've been told, you were approached by Estrada last night.
Oh, that was actually real? Then you just see Harriet with a sly smirk. I don't judge you, Thackeray. And I understand why someone would want to keep that a secret. Or, you know, I'm smart enough to know that people are capable of doing amazing, crazy things.
Sorry, keep what is it? Face goes deep red. She didn't. Did she? What did she say? What did she say to you exactly?
Harriet just pulls Vaccarine into a
You
hug.
have the feeling that Estrada also left out. Like when Harriet said, "Leave out all the crush things." Estrada took that very literally.
Yeah. Harriet just pulls Vaccarine into a hug. I like you no matter who you are. Your family. Okay? At least, I know it's only been a few days, but there's bonding, okay? Just, you're fine. We're cool.
James bonding.
And by the way, if she comes into my dreams, she has a great laugh. Just to let you know. And Harry kind of winks at him. Harriet likes them both.
Oh, I was told.
So,
Alright.
we're cool, Vaccarine? You cool?
Takes a deep breath.
Sorry to laugh. My Alexa just went off behind me and scared the shit out of me.
Yeah. It might take a while to settle some things personally, but of course we're cool.
Okay. And Harriet will hold Vaccarine at arm's length for a minute. And then pats them on the head. Okay, good talk. Anyways, where are we going? Ambrose! You ready?
Oh.
Oh, is Jingle Jangle still asleep or awake?
She's probably starting to stir by now, but she's still definitely in bed.
Let's see here. Is there something? Hey, Jingle Jangle.
What is Jingle Jangle, by the way?
She's a goblin.
She's a goblin.
Oh.
Jingle Jangle.
What the?
Sorry if I'm waking you.
Shot her on sight.
So keys. Oh, hi.
Hi, morning. Sorry, I didn't want to leave without saying goodbye, but also shoot. Do you have anything to protect you in case those brigands ever come back?
She holds up this flail made out of locks and on a long stick. She's like, I got this, but also I'll just probably stay here for a while longer and let the trees protect me.
Okay. Well, here. And Harriet is going to give Jingle Jangle one of her daggers. It's small enough to fit into a boot pocket or be hidden on her person. Here.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
This for you being so kind to us and everything last night. So I figured this would be just enough to help you in case the brigands come back. Or anyone else in the future. It's kind of been with me since I was little, so.
I can't possibly take that.
I insist. And you helped our friend, you helped the fairy dragon out, so I'd say this is an even exchange for services
Right, if you
rendered.
say so. And then she doesn't really have a choice but take it at that point in time, so she goes, thank you very much. Hope to see you guys again soon.
Definitely. And before I leave the Feywild, I do want to come visit you again. And just check on you, you know?
Of course, we can have another camping night.
Yeah,
And do some more songs and tell more jokes.
definitely. And I will definitely work on trying to come up with some key puns. Get it? Key puns.
I like it. I like where your head's at. Those are the best kind of puns.
Heck yeah! And she does like the finger gun thing, and then it's like, all right, well, I hope your day's really good, and I will see you when I see you. But we're gonna head out in a little bit, so
All right. Good luck and be safe.
we will. And I'll let you know about the brigand stuff, and if I figure out what this key is you gave me, I'll give you a heads up and an update of what it opens, if it opens anything.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
I've always wondered what that one was too.
Yeah, and I'll tell you a whole story. We'll make a thing of it. Consider it a future appointment of hangout time.
Wonderful.
All
Maybe
right.
I'll give you guys some more mystery keys that I got in here.
All right. Hey, I'm up for any adventure. Adventures make the best stories. Okay, gotta go. And Harriet scurries off towards Snaily and Valkyrie, and then looks at Ambrose and goes, and like kind of gives him a quick like side eye, and then goes, "Sorry for pranking you, but I was proving a point."
No, you're perfectly fine. I understand. As I like gather my pack and stuff and follow out.
Yeah. So, where are we heading exactly? I mean, we have a bunch of places we can visit. We got that, Downfall. We got kind of an idea of how to get to Blavlorna. We've heard about this traveling in. Where do we want to go, guys?
So, are we hot set on actually interacting with the brigands?
Hell yeah. I'm sorry. That goblin is super sweet, and no way in heck, justice has to be served at some point, whether it's by us or someone else. I mean, if I don't know, how do you guys feel about the whole Zelbina thing? I mean, like, if we get rid of the hags, the contracts go away.
Well,
Could Bevlina, or Bavlarna, I always get the name wrong, come back? And if they do come back, would she take care of the brigands, or should we take care of it?
well,
If the
in that case,
Lena was to come back, would she take care of the brigands? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, anyone who broke the rules.
well, in that case,
Consequences for thy actions. But definitely, I want justice for Jingle Jangle, because she's super sweet. I mean, look, she gave us a place to sleep and food, and Harriet did like take some of the food from last night and kind of like set it aside for Snaily, like her portion of it.
well, I do agree with you. And therefore, I believe we are best suited heading points to their map, or points on their map here, probably as our first objective.
Are you pinging somewhere?
Yeah, it's up
Yeah.
here, up to the north, the little
Okay.
hollow place, or the little house that's right here.
Actually,
I haven't. Hill. Sorry, I'm not sure of the pronouns you go by, but I have a quick question.
Yes, what do you need?
I don't know. Can you see our maps? Or should we draw it for you? It's just we kind of
Well,
need a.
you can ask me anything. I travel around the whole land.
Well, you overheard us about trying to find Bavlorna, right?
Yes, of course.
So-
She lives in Downfall to the north.
Okay. And yeah, what is those houses there? I don't know what those are. That's not Downfall. Downfall's up north.
the downfall's over here.
Yeah.
My assumption as a player
Mm-hmm.
this is the traveling in that's been mentioned, seeing as there's like a little
Okay.
path in the earth?
So we're looking for the
I
moving
will
in.
say, above board, it shows it there on the map, yes, but it is a traveling in. You have a
Okay.
chance of running into that all over hither.
Oh,
So we have the inn, or we have going straight to Bavlorna at this point. Just
yeah. The question is, do you want to interact with the? Because if you don't want to interact with the brigands, first and foremost, we could, in theory, be going
this is out of character, obviously.
that way.
Yeah.
As
Harry,
opposed to that
real
way.
quick though, before I lose my train of thought here, Harriet will be asking the hill kind of like if they can see where the moving in might be, and if they can't see it, at least maybe a general direction of where they, like,
Oh,
where
that's
we should go.
smart.
I mean, it's a freaking
That's
walking
really
giant
smart.
hillside. It's got a viewpoint.
That's really smart.
Say, last time it was somewhere in between the Brigand's Tollway and in between the Slanty Tower. But I haven't been this direction in a few weeks, so I can't tell you exactly where it might be at this moment.
All right.
Hang on. Correct me if I'm wrong, but how are you able to see it?
The awakened trees normally just tell me all the information I need, as well as guide me.
The trees are your eyes and ears, I take it.
Yes.
That is so cool.
You would notice, like, as you say that, like, if you were to look around, you see a bunch of awakened trees that'll, like, come over closer to you so that I can, like, hear what you're saying.
Ah.
Do the awakened trees also have, like, faces?
Yeah, the awakened trees have faces and everything, too.
Oh, so they're like the creepy
They're like Ents,
Pocahontas
kinda.
trees. Oh, they're Ents. Okay, that makes me feel so much better.
Yeah,
I
they
was
can
thinking,
walk
like,
around and all kinds of stuff.
I was thinking of the creepy Pocahontas.
Oh.
That thing, I remember eating at rainforest inns when I was, or rainforest cafes when I was younger. They had one of those trees that always creeped me out.
Okay.
Anyways,
So I vote looking for the end and getting more information on Bavlorna. All the information we can wouldn't actually be a bad idea. And maybe I can make some coin on the side, and maybe we can make some more people happy. It's just my thing. Shrugs.
Yeah, you would.
it's a
So
wonderful
far,
Mhm.
you've heard rumors that Agadon was also cursed by Bavlorna, and you know that he's collecting memories for some reason. You know that she lives in Downfall, which is populated by bullywugs. And I would say that for Ambrose, the traveling in is a pretty important idea to stop at because he was told that they might have information on his grandpa.
Harriet wouldn't know what a bullywog is, would she?
You can roll a history check. They do have those in the Faerun.
Okay. Ooh, nice. 17.
Yeah, you know it's a frog person,
Okay.
which is now even stranger that for some reason they seem to be like propagating themselves as like royalty and such, as you heard from Sir Talabar. Because in your world, they're normally like deep in the swamps and they're more like more savage.
Strange indeed. Yeah, the bullywogs would be really weird that they are like that. Ambrose, where do you want to go? We'll take a vote. I vote traveling in. That's just me. But you two have a say.
If we are to believe that the structure north of us on the map could be the Traveling Inn. I would like to stop by there before we deal with the brigands.
Okay, so find the moving inn.
Yes.
Okay, and maybe head to the brigands second.
I would like to keep our word to Jingle Jangle, so yes.
All right.
I was gonna say, if you guys don't go to the brigands, there might be trouble.
That's true. Well, Harriet
You
does
guys made a
have.
promise.
Yeah, Harriet does have means or wants to go to the brigands' hideout. However, if they take out Bavlorna, what's to say they can't? We can't like backtrack to the brigands real quick. See if that might affect the situation or outcome. I don't know. As a player, this is me thinking out loud. Character-wise, Harriet's like, the biggest threat is Bavlorna. Take out the biggest threat first, and then go check on the brigands. Because they've tried to jump us already. And we've proven that we are more than intimidating.
May I make a suggestion? Or did Harriet say any of that part out loud?
Of what? We go after Bavlorna first, and then we go to the brigands? Or the fact she said,
Yeah, that we go after Babylon first, then the brigands.
well, she stated to Ambrose, the more information, the better they have on Bavlorna. That's why she picked the moving in.
Oh, I don't... Like, moving in, yes, but did she point out we should go after Bavlorna first?
She would assume you guys would make that conclusion, but if you want me to, I could say yes, she did say something along those lines.
May I add input onto that? If you don't mind.
Sure.
We don't necessarily know how powerful this Bavlorna is. I mean, we have some insight, and as you said, I totally agree. Find the traveling in to gain as much information as possible, but are we fully equipped for a fight with a hag?
That's why I was saying the inn. Figure out more information. Like, do we even
Well,
know how to take out a hag? I don't. Do you guys have an idea? I mean, we know... And Harriet will go over all the things of, like, that they know of Bavlorna and point out that, yes, the brigands leader's cursed, because we found that out.
Well, my other thought here is...
But also getting rid of her gets rid of contracts. And that's also one of Harriet's goals.
My other thought, and I'm trying to say this like as a player, or as a character and not as a player, trying to figure out how to word, we potentially get more experience points, and potentially a level up, interacting with the brigands.
Milestones!
Wouldn't we be more experienced interacting with the brigands first and perhaps more prepared to deal with Bavlorna?
Well, Agadon. Am I saying that name right, Dottie?
Yeah.
Okay. Agadon was also cursed by Bavlorna. We might be able to have a little more, and Harriet does the, like, weighing like a scale with her hands thing, going, like, pull with him to get things taken from Jingle Jangle if we are the ones to point out we removed the contract that Bavlorna cursed him with. Harriet should not be this smart, but I am. She has basic intelligence of 10.
Either way, I think we're decided on finding that inn. I guess we can reevaluate after learning more.
So, find the inn. Maybe go for Bavlorna. I mean, nothing says we can't change plans once we find the inn, right? I mean, we gotta find that thing. It moves.
I'm sorry, that's what I was implying.
Yeah.
We should wait until we get to the inn to discuss this more after.
Okay, so Thackeray Inn, me Inn, Ambrose, you want to go to the inn?
Of course.
Okay, so 3 votes, we go to the inn. So, the hill gave me kind of a direction of where it was last spotted, so let's head that way. And try to...
You're acting as if we couldn't overhear the hill.
This is true.
It's rather loud.
That's fair. You know, and Snaily here is gonna take a while to get down the mountain, so... Or, sorry, off the hill. No offense. So once we get off the hill here, or, tell me here, I have a question. Could you possibly walk us towards where the inn is, or is that too far for you? Like, where you last saw it?
I don't feel as though I can help you much in that regard. I'm going north at the moment.
Okay, no, that's...
I need to go water my roots on the well.
Got it. That I just thought I'd ask to maybe save us some time. Snaily, start heading down. We'll be right behind you. Thank you so much for all your help, by the way. Telemy Hill.
Well, thank you for helping my friend.
You're welcome.
Any other time you see me, feel free to visit.
Is it all right if I see any fruit on my way down, to take it for Snaily here?
Of course, the fruit grows free.
Thank you. And truffles too, right? I know fruit's free, but I always like to double check.
Of course.
Yay! Cool. You're awesome!
Well, you guys have a wonderful trip, and I hope you stay safe.
You as well.
If you see some odd wells, spraying water, do not fear approaching them. Sometimes good things happen when you come to them. Sometimes not great things, but never anything truly bad.
Like the giggle bubbles?
Yes, sometimes things like that happen as well.
Noted.
Well, you have a good trip.
You as well.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but you know, it's okay.
That lovely avoid on the map.
I don't know, maybe we could gamble, just go to it.
That's where he's headed right now. That's what he said he was going to go check out as the well. But I think that's good enough for today. Do you guys agree?
Agreed.
Okay.
No.
All right, you guys have a plan. You guys got a plan already, and you guys can make it and bring it into fruition. I'm sure if you guys wanted to just hang out with him till he gets you over to the well, then you could, and then then break off on your own later.
Yeah.
Can I point out something that I noticed?
Sure.
So we were talking about how the hill has no eyes.
Sorry, I just realized you said that.
Yeah.
The trees are the eyes. We made that.
Technically, the hill has eyes.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of them.
It's called trees.
Like, if you look at the hill, I'm pretty sure the keyhole is actually on the back of it, because there is very clearly an indication on the side that's walking in the direction, more or less, of the brigand hideout that very clearly looks like
Oh,
Where I'm pinging,
looks like a face.
that looks like an eye.
Mm-hmm.
This kind of looks like a nose. So it almost looks like it has a face on this side.
I'm zooming in for the
Maybe.
stream purposes.
Maybe.
It's
But
a
they do
Cyclops
not tell
hill.
me that it has eyes.
Yeah.
So I kind of just went with the awakened trees, like are its like message centers in the way that it gets information, and then it speaks in your guys' head.
Yeah.
But that's just my interpretation of it.
Mhm.
Obviously, if you ever run it, you can do your hill however you want to do your hill.
Oh, nice.
Goodness gracious, I'm washing the stream
Oh,
and
I got a dirty 20
The-
for searching for fruit.
Very nice.
Ah.
You find 3 pieces of fruit.
I'm watching the stream on my phone, and goodness gracious, the lag behind where we actually are talking is
It happens.
outrageous.
Yeah, and Harriet was also looking for truffles, but I didn't know if you wanted me to roll twice for that.
Yeah, roll again.
All right. You never know. Trade goods in the Feywild. Ah, nope.
What'd you get?
7.
A 7.
Yeah, that ain't gonna do it.
No.
No foot fungus
Worth a
today.
shot, though.
Yeah.
Same time? Maybe?
Yep, same time, same day.
Nice. Alright, I appreciate the fun.
Thank you
Of
for
course,
watching,
I'm glad you guys had a
everybody.
good time.